So it's just another pretty ordinary morning, just going for a walk. Yeah, so I woke up kind of late. I was having a weirdo dream and I couldn't wake up from it. And then I woke up and I was like, 10 o'clock in the morning. So, well, I could have woken up, but I don't think I subconsciously didn't want to wake up from it. I don't remember what the dream was about, but I know it had a particular song that I was listening to before I went to bed in it, and I was like, I was milling, I was zoning. Someone's heading towards that property, and I was like, yeah. Anyway, I was having a dream, and then I wake up and I was like, oh, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Can't believe it. So it's probably around 11 now. The first thing I did was put my sheets on, and they're on the line, because my bed was covered in mouse droppings, and even though I cleaned them off, there's probably mouse urine on the sheets still, because I could still smell the smell of mouse, and so I just washed them. And then this morning I put them on the line to dry all day, and then I'll redo the bed later this afternoon. I vacuumed the bed, so the bed's all been vacuumed, and this is something new. This is where we're putting eating fruit trees. So anyway, my bed's all clean. That's the end of that story. But these are fruit trees. I think they're amazing. We finally got olives in the ground. I don't know what that is. That is... some of these are blueberries. I think that one over there is a blueberry. 3 of these are blueberries. So maybe it's those 3. That one at the end is a fig. But I know these are olive trees. Olive trees are just the world's best tree. And hopefully they'll be able to grow up. I have been looking out for storms around here, but hey, what are these? But at the moment there's been no storms, and so it's been lovely. I was most concerned about this is an acacia tree, because these turn real big when it's a mature tree. Anyway, I was most concerned about storms when I was moving here. In fact, I wanted to dive into a rental to avoid things like a storm, but it's been actually really pleasant. There's been no violent storms. Literally, you get 1 or 2 cyclones a year. Literally get 1 or 2 cyclones a year here, and it's like, that's the violence that you sort of want to avoid. But at the moment, we've been here, this must be our 3rd month. It's been at least 2 months anyways. Maybe this is our 3rd month. And it's been quite pleasant. I should actually update all my cards to update my address, because I'm imagining that I'll stay here until the end of the year at least. Of course, I'm not 100% certain of that, but I thought I might. And then next year I can think about moving to somewhere else, depending on my job status. I'm not really sure where I would want to move. I sort of still want to live in Melbourne, but I might veto up to a small place in Brisbane, or I don't want to live on the Gold Coast. It's too expensive. There's so many storms. I'd live there if I could get my old house back, which I had paid for, house and land, but not likely. I mean, it's all a car park now, so obviously I don't think those storms subsided, and I think everyone else must have been an easy buyout, but I didn't get any money, so because I had my house and land taken away. Even though I owned it, it's like it was taken away, and I'm like, how unfair is that? And so I sort of unless I win property or I find something real cheap on the Gold Coast and real high, because I hate dealing with the floods, which are like, you need to be on the top peak of a building, and even then the building can fall down, so depending on the building. So, oh, look at that little birdie come to say hello. Hello, birdie. There's seed in the jar. I wonder if Betty has a nest around here. Not spring yet, you can't bully me. I found a dead bird the other day. It was like a little bird. It's one of the ones that are kind of cute and small. And I have a feeling the dog, it was either attacked by another bird or a dog to have it on the ground. Anyway, I was talking about property, so I really don't think I would move to the Gold Coast unless I won property and wanted to live there, but I really don't like the Gold Coast because it's like landless. Man, I'd rather here like 5 acres to toil around with, but not in this particular position. But I'd love to have the biggest 5-acre land plot and then the biggest cool house, but it's just not gonna in a really safe area which doesn't experience any storms. And I'm like, that's not gonna happen, especially not up here. But I also sort of wanted just a cozy house in Melbourne, and I was like, if I could just get a house and stick to it, it'd be so cool. But I have a feeling I'm thinking more like $150,000 because I can't really afford that much. I once had the most perfect house. I mean, it was perfect because it had everything that I wanted. It was a nice size, had 2 stories, it had a pool, it had a courtyard, and it was like $550,000 or something. And I was like, it's not a bad price, not the cheapest price, but it was like the best house. But then like house insurance, one storm cost me, and it hiked up to $3,000 a week, and I'm like, okay, I was paying $3,000 a week, and then it hiked up to $4,000 a week. I'm like, that was the breaking point of that house. Anyway, so I'm sort of confused about houses because I don't know what kind of houses I should buy. I also had bought a really old house in Victoria for $350. It was a really cheap old house. It was so spacey and lovely. And then, of course, house insurance went up and up and up, and I had to give it away. And I'm like, oh no, it's the best house. And it wasn't by the beach, but it was pretty, in a really good position. But anyway, it doesn't matter about houses. I wasted all my money on houses. Of course, that's the first thing you think about when you're wanting to move anywhere, and you're like, I should buy. And it's like, oh, why is it so expensive? If it's not the house, it's a house insurance that gets me every time. I don't have a big bank. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so we're almost through with June. It's gonna be July. I think we're almost near the end of June. 28th. July, August, September, October, November. 6 whole months. 6 whole months till the end of the year. So many good things are happening at the end of this year. So I'm really excited. So I'll just keep reaching out here for 6 months, and then I'm like, after my exciting Christmas, I'll think about moving on somewhere. But I'm really looking forward to the end of this year. I was going to check out some shopping websites today, but I don't know. I don't know what that blue stuff is down there. But it looks like I'm going to be working again this month, so this next month, July. So that's really exciting to think that I'm getting another couple of months of work. And I'm like, yay, I don't have to look for a job anymore. So I thought, oh, that's good news, because looking for a job is a little bit depressing. But we were told last week in an email, expect more shifts this next month. So I'm like, yay, I can work again, earn some more money, recover my losses, save a little more. I'm like, yay, party. But yeah, so I still have hopes for this job that it might pull through and give me some steady on the side work, but I should still look for other work as another side project. I mean, I technically do have another job, but I'm not really working it because I've sort of, I don't know, I don't really feel like working it. I'm just letting it hang until like the guy says, oh, you're obviously not doing anything. That's what they said last year, and that's why I stopped sending emails and stuff, because they're like, you're obviously not doing anything. I'm like, So, but I was supposed to be on a 12-month contract, and they didn't contact me this month to say the contract's ending, so. But yeah. I've got my little business still there. It's not doing anything because I'm not working it, but I'm very sensitive to working it, because I'm like, I'm gonna get in a bit of trouble to work it, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I can show you the little birdie that I found. Found a dead bird. Conspiracy is did the dog get out early and attack a bird? Did the bird fall from its tree, or did another bird chase the bird too? Or did it just die of natural causes? You just don't know. But I've got to get inside today and continue with my computer work, because it's almost halfway done. There was a bunny hole somewhere around here, but I don't see it. Someone covered it over or something. There it is, little bird. Been reduced to just a little bird. Poor little bird. I secretly think dogs try to attack it.